stream in 2022 stream series where I try to stream whenever I have the time capacities whilst the World Cup match is going on at the same time, and we are into the quarter-final stage now, so towards the end of this stream series. I hope you have been enjoying it. I definitely have been. It's been a couple of days since we last streamed. Sorry, there's sound was there on there in the background, so you have heard me twice there for a second. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. Sorry about that. Just make sure that I have my streams up in the background so that I can check if everything's going all right. But it looks good for now. Yeah, thank you very much for tuning in. And as part of this stream series, where I personally boycott the World Cup, you obviously don't have to. The reason for my boycott is obviously the circumstances surrounding the World Cup in Qatar, which from a human rights perspective are very difficult, especially when it comes to the rights of migrant workers, them having worked under slave-like conditions, many of them having died under those conditions, others not having received their fair dues and their wages for that work yet. So as part of that, we also want to do a little bit to make this world a little bit of a better place. So I'm having a fundraiser going on for our stream series Boycott Qatar 2022, and we are trying to raise €750 to donate to the migrantsrights.org organization, which is an NGO fighting for the rights of those workers and works in other situations, so that this situation can be resolved. Situations like this don't come up again. Now I'm going to start upping my daily pledge, or the amount that I spend on this, just so we can hopefully reach that goal. Normally I tend to donate once at the beginning of each stream day and then at the end of each stream day. If you want to chip in, feel free. You can find the link to this on my Twitter or on the About tab of my Twitch and YouTube. We'll just get straight in with a €25 donation after a 3 days break. I think we can come back big. That will put us to €245 raised. And almost a third of the way to, I should have gone for 30 years earlier, 250, doesn't matter, almost a third of the way to the €750 goal. As I have to confirm my identity by logging in with a code, so this is going to take me a second. 312720. Good, did that. Now I have to let my girlfriend because I set the wrong time so we can do online yoga. Yeah, my girlfriend has left to go back to Italy, so I'm just here on my own for now. And I've got a yoga appointment with her later. We also do yoga online, a video call, then we do yoga simultaneously. It's very cool. It's a very cute tradition. Yeah, so that donation is done. It's going to show up in a couple of minutes. We'll have a look at that towards the end of the stream. But for now, let's get into Football Manager. So, Police of Northern Ireland, third tier of Northern Irish football. Disappointing season as far, to this point. We just had the league split after playing every team twice after 22 games. So we cannot now drop below 6th, as we just about stayed in the top 6 on the final day of the season ahead of Ballymacash, who are now in a situation where they basically have nothing to play for. They're going to basically guaranteed to be finishing 7th, can smash some teams towards the bottom of the table. We can still look up. Last season we were in a promotion playoff spot, failed to get promoted in the end. But this season it looks like we're going to have a bit of a worse finish in the league. 11 points off that second spot. It's with 5 games to go as we're playing each team in this half one more time. And us having 3 of those ties also being away ties, it's going to be a very tough ask to make any sort of challenge towards the top of the table. Basically, we need to win every single one of our matches and get super fortunate in the results that our opposition get. So league, arguably not that important. We can still easily finish anywhere between 4th and 6th, as those 3 spots are separated by a mere point and goal difference. We should have bottom of that's set right now, but that is still potential. But in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter. We have fulfilled our board objective by recording a top half finish. So whether we finish 6th or 4th doesn't really matter. If we could somehow still charge Queen's University, our rivals, and maybe go above them, that would be a big achievement. But overall, not the biggest of deals. One achievement we do want to get is beating Queen's University, because they're on course for an unbeaten season. Now, they're not necessarily on course to go up, even though it's not looking bad for that, but with 12 draws and 0 losses in the league so far, we need to put a halt to that. Tough ask, because we're having our away tie against them after quite a bit of fixture congestion. So it could be very difficult to get like our first team out for that, but that is definitely an achievement we want to get. But the big thing, of course, of today's stream or streams, so we'll take a 2-hour break between the matches, and then when the evening match is live, we come back. Obviously, it could take a bit longer depending on if the matches go to extra time. I always try to stream simultaneously to the matches going on. But we have the cup final, intermediate cup final against Balamacash Rangers, who will be back with a vengeance after we are one of the teams that knocked them out of the top half. And yeah, we really want to win this cup, because if you look at last season, we have faltered at the final stage. And yeah, if we lose again in the final, then you cannot say anything but this season has been a massive failure, because we invested a bit more in the squad. We've got a better team than last season. We have performed worse in the league. Last season, by the way, is the season we came into this club. We've performed worse in the league, and we have not performed better in the cups, but still getting knocked out of that competition in the final stage. And yeah, once again, it would have been a season of much hope and anticipation, and then a lot of disappointment by the end of it. But yeah, so first stream of the day, we're just going to try and shoot through the league, the final league matches, as they don't have much meaning. As we start off away against Tubbermore United, that they currently sit above us by equal points, or 1 goal in goal difference. They are up on us after they had a very good result on the last day of the league season, actually normal league season, by winning like by 3 goals against a team in the lower half. So they will be coming in flying high, and we will be doing our best to stop them. Now we will be going into this run of games basically with our more Route 1 style of tactic, because we are playing teams which are kind of on our level in terms of points and quality. We're playing them away from home, and teams above us are playing them at home, but they're still of a better quality. So the idea is kind of, this is the not as much possession and controlling the game type of play, so more the direct one. So we're playing this one whenever we're not expecting to be in a position of necessarily controlling a match. So we're passing space, passing a bit more directly. We have our wingers pushed forward for the counters. It's just the overall idea. Lineup for today is going to be Hegan, Bryars, Graham, Lavorka, Wardlaw. A lot of changes in the fast team, by the way, because we just had that cup tie, and then last league fixture. It's been very tightly congested fixture schedule, and it's going to continue being that. Jack Owens in a Mazzala role, we don't really tend to see him there. Aaron Cochrane, Barry, Ward, Turkington, and Heron. Turkington having to step in because Thomas Burns needs rest. Elliot Wood is suspended for this one. Yeah, bench consisting of McGill, Mitchell, Riddle, Young, Wilson, Yip, and Watts. One minor change that we'll do for next match only is change the distribution to our defensive central midfielder, because normally in this spot we have our centre back who's decent on the ball in Andrew Ferguson, but he needs a rest, and I'm not going to distribute to a no-nonsense centre back. And yeah, let's just jump into it, see how it goes. As I said, these league fixtures, we're just going to try and shoot through them. Not pay too much attention to them. Obviously, we want to have an eye or two on them to see how the tactic is working out, because this is probably going to be the tactic we're going to be starting a match against Balamacash in the cup final with. Although we'll decide it depending on how it goes, of course. We'll set this down to key highlights, make this all a bit faster, just so we can hopefully get through the rest of the season a bit more speed. And I like the work with Nick Tarkington shows there, even though he fails to win the ball back. So yeah, Tubbermore, current league position, they could argue they're our worst opponents that we're going to face. But again, this is really, like, you can see from how the league table sets up, all the way down into the 7th, it's high quality, and below that, that's Knock Braider still, and then below that, it's just a big golfing class. So this is all going to be really, really tricky. No easy ties ahead of us. I'm encouraged the boys after an okay start, but not necessarily a dominant one. It's a bit back and forth football by the looks of things in terms of statistics, but no major highlights yet. Since we're controlling possession, I am tempted to go as we were suggested to, the pre-match tactic advice from our backroom staff, to go positive. So we'll try it for the last 10-12 minutes of this half. The first highlight for us, Ward to deliver a free kick from deep. Tarkington can't win it, and it could be a counter for them, although there's a lot of pressure on Rafferty. Cochrane wins it back and shoots! Whoa! I did not expect him to shoot from there. He just won it back, and then he decided to lash it into the top corner. Come on, Aaron. I did not expect that at all. So Rafferty gets the knockdown here, but gets put under pressure by 3-man, puts the ball, I don't know if it was his touch or if Cochrane touched away from him, but fast touch, hit from out there, beautifully placed. Let's go, Aaron Cochrane. An unlikely hero this season. You can't argue for anything else. We didn't expect him to step up to be a starter for us. We were hoping for someone proper to come in. We kind of had a replacement in for him, which I thought was going to be better than him, but he clearly made the position his own. It's been a very consistent performer all season. And yeah, now with the unlikely contribution of a goal scored as well. Wonderful stuff. There's no Rafferty's in here though, and that was way too easy. That goal's going to stand as well. And just before halftime, we give away what you could argue to be a very well-deserved lead. It's Carnes, just from centre-back, knocks it long. Graham gets caught ahead of his man, Keane, and neither of them can get up to the header. And then Lavorka gets caught ahead of his man, and Rafferty. And that is poor, poor stuff. We should have gone into the break leading. Obviously, the stats with XG now favour them, but that was because that was a high XG chance that fell to them. Overall balanced game, as all the other matches still stand at 0-0. So this is the only match which currently has had a goal scored in them. If we would have been leading, we'd have put it up to 37 points within 6 points of Queen's University, which, should we be able to beat them next week, that makes it 3 points with 3 matches to go. It's a chance we could still catch them, but we need to focus on our match to begin with. Which has been average, to be honest. So let's see, aerials 1. Okay, we're going to stop preventing the short goalkeeper distribution, because even though they win most aerial duels, if I'm preventing the short goalkeeper distribution, I want to make sure that my defenders are able to win all the aerial duels, because otherwise, things like we've seen for this goal might just happen. Craig Bryce is really having a torrid day out there. Wardlow is doing okay. Jackie Owens holding his own in an unfamiliar position. So our forwards never able to win many of the headers. Let's go to the dressing room, tell the boys. I'll tell the boys I think we've been unlucky so far. Because I think we have. Sky Wardlow is still anxious out there. It's not what I like seeing. Okay, we'll motivate him. So we will prevent short goalkeeper distribution. We will keep it a positive for now. See how it goes to begin the second half with. Other than that, the statistics haven't really shown anything to be going too wrong. Yeah, let's get into the second half then. Oh, early throw into us. Good position. Give it up though. Don't let that bounce through. Good stuff, Graham. Although it comes back to Jenny Rafferty. We win it back though. That's good. As Heron takes that one down. Good stuff. Owens. Gonna have a shot. Why did he shoot from there? He had runners on as well. Good effort, and we're in a corner. Ward swings it in. Backstick, Lavorka. We have set our corners now to be backstick because, the match engine update presumably fixed some poor defensive behavior from defenders at a short post from corners. So maybe that'll help us be a bit more solid defensively, offensively from those swinging it into the backstick. We'll have an eye on it. If it doesn't work, then try something else. Very well, Lavorka is doing well, but tiring. Graham kind of found his feet. Bry is not doing too well. So we'll give him another couple of minutes. Wardlow is not doing too well either. Jack Barry is on a yellow, even though he's motivated. It's not quite what we need. We'll bring on Chris Watts up front and drop Heron out to the wing. And that should be all the change we make for now. We've looked okay to start the second half. Not too good, not too bad. Encourage the boys. Oh, it looks like we're giving up a couple of opportunities now. throw in. Advanced position on the left for them. Irvine swings in the back stick. These are so dangerous in this year's match. Like the short throw in swung into the back stick. We need to make sure we have more aerial presence in the box for defending those. So Volker is just scaring me by being quite so tired. Get fullbacks on who are better on the ball. And Young and Riddle. A bit of a liability defensively, Nathan Riddle, because he's very slow as well. Then I'm undecided whether I want to take Tarkington off or Heron off. Bradley Yip's the one who's coming on, that's for sure. I think Heron is still a bit fresher, and with that pace, even though he didn't have the best game so far, he can always do something. We'll try and press them a bit higher, but we'll go back to balance. So the positive change doesn't really seem to change our fortunes too much. Go for another encouragement. Again, goes down well with the players, but we'd like to see more. As this, again, throw-in could be dangerous. Whiteside, one of the best players of recent weeks. And a couple of news in our inbox popping up about him having good performances. Forrest shoots. Just past the bottom right post. Come on, we've not done anything in the second half really. What's going wrong? Go a bit wider. Maybe that will help us unlock them. Counter press them as well. We'll go back to positive just because we want to see something happen. Ah, throw in. Riddle on it. Can we do it to them? Yep. Okay, no, we're not going to go for the delivery. Cochrane, pass it inside. That's nice and calm. Heron on it. Come on, shoot! No, place it across! Oh, that was wonderful vision, but Watts a bit too slow in getting his foot on it, and they get a block in. Wow, what an opportunity. What an opportunity towards the end. Should have got the winner there, but wasn't to be. Ends 1-1. Ah, damn. Wow, what an opportunity that was. I didn't expect that to come out of that highlight. Very nicely played from the boys. Sadly, Watts not quite cold enough to convert. Yeah, I'll tell the boys we should have won a match based on chance because we're always so positive, and in this case, I'd argue it's fair, especially with that last chance. So I'll tell them that. Gone down well with most players, not Jack Owens, who's disheartened, which I understand because he's had a good performance out there. As me telling him that he's had a good performance out there makes him lose his focus, obviously. As since Donningston lost, that result at least pushes us past them in the table. All three teams now on 35 points, but Donningston with the by far and away worst goal difference record. There's not greater beat Balamacash, looking to gain ground on that 8th spot, and Crew United stay rooted to the bottom of the table, 5 points behind now. Yeah, towards top, Armour and Queen's University share the spoils, which now puts us 11 points behind that second spot with 4 games to go, so it's very much only a mathematical opportunity now, and Limavady are uncatchable, even mathematically for us following their win. So no automatic rush for us this season is confirmed with those results. Let's go through and criticize / praise the boys where we deem it fit. As yeah, but overall, I can't complain too much. You know, they have the opportunities, arguably more and better than ours. It was just that one chance towards the end, which makes it sting a little bit that we lost that one. We really could have scored that one. Cochrane, what a thumping effort that was from Cochrane to score that goal. Yeah, obviously we do want to come out of this this run of fixtures, you know, the last league fixtures, even though they don't mean much for us anymore. We do want to come out of them as winner, like on a good run of form to go into that cup final. Well, criticize him. Opportunities missed, especially that one towards the end. Barry is not able to perform well in this position. Sent McDowell to the press conference. Coulter was spotted at the match because he's interested in Heron. Okay, I mean, Heron's not at the best of seasons for us, but I would like to keep him around. Let's continue through to the next day. And then we will have to set up the team again for the Queen's match immediately because we will need to rest some players depending on who we want to send out there. So Craig Bryars is not going to be playing. We will want Elliot Wood back following his return from his suspension. Jack Graham necessarily convinced. Walker could be fit for that match. So we'll hedge our bets on that happening. Kai Wardlow is really bad on the form. When's the last time I criticized it? Hopefully not too recently, because I'll criticize it here. I think first thing we need to do better. Well, we don't really have relevant competition for him, so I'm just saying that into the blue, to be honest. We can reset his training position. That was just for this one game. I don't think he'll play much more for us as Mazzala. Even though he did a good job, it's good to know, you know, that we can fall back on him. I think we'll stick with Jack Berry and Matthew Heron. Yeah, Jack Berry's gonna get. No, we'll stick with this. Now, Watts didn't manage to score that one off the bench, so it's not necessarily earned that starting spot. Tackington can go off again for Tom Burns. Okay, there we go. This is going to be our starting lineup for the next match. Just watch training leg. Okay, we've got training day after this. Let's rest them all for one day so that they don't miss that training day. B team in action today against the Limavady B team, so a big challenge. And I think that might already be their last or second to last game of the league season. Second to last game of the league season because they finish up a bit earlier than the fast teamers. Restart that focus, that's good. Queen's still playing in their 4-2-3-1. As they have since we came in. It's still the same manager. Yeah, I think we had a bit of a spat with him as well. Wait, he was relegated with them. But he stayed on. Wait, no. They were in the championship when the database started. No, that can't be right. They were always in the same league as us. Okay. But he's been in charge since the save started. James Lavery. Go on, B team, get a win. Send a couple of players down there from the first team to keep some match sharpness going. And hopefully some confidence, but away against Limavad's B team. I'm not actually expecting them to win. Oh, they do though. 3-0. Ben Gordon scoring from centre back and picking up the man of the match award. Shaky Moore scoring too. Limavad's B team is apparently pretty bad. As yeah, even an opportunity to finish third now, even though that looked completely unrealistic a couple of weeks ago. But just one more game to go, I think, because 7 times 4 is 28. Yes. Yeah, Jake Moore has been a bit hard done by me, to be honest. You know, we kind of did a good season last season. He's done well as well whenever we called upon him, but with the signing of Matthew Heron, it's kind of been all about Heron and what's his face and Watts exactly, because Watts has been on a fantastic run of form, and Heron should theoretically be a very good player for us. So Jake Moore, his exploits last season were amazing, and he's got on very good runs of forms. Because he was so inconsistent, I kind of just dropped him, and I thought, maybe he finds his way back into the starting lineup. But even when our other strikers have been off form, I haven't really given him the opportunity. So I do feel bad towards him a little bit. As you can see, even after the Queen's University game, we have just 2 days rest until the next match. And then again, we play on a Saturday. Very tightly congested fixture schedule. But this match takes priority because it's against our rivals. They have not lost yet this season. And yeah, I would be more than happy to be the first team to inflict defeat upon them this season. Let's give the boys, which are still pretty tired, another day's rest. Not sure if Kalen Ward is going to be ready for it. But in terms of backup for him, we only have Jack Owens. We could try and call upon him, but I think for this match, maybe the next one. This match we want to have the best team we could possibly have available for it. And since it is such an important match, we'll even go to the press conference, although we normally don't. James Leary seems a bit overawed by the sense of occasion going into the match. How will you be looking to capitalize on this match? So what did Leary say? I hope with the manager of his ability could be feeling the pressure. I just hope that his players aren't quite as collected as he seems to be. Okay. Yeah, I'll just be a bit bitchy and bang the table and say, I found this comment surprising. If I were a Queen's University fan, I'd be very concerned because it would appear that manager doesn't believe they can win. You seem very confident about your own ability to handle pressure compared to James Lavery. Is there a danger you might be underestimating him? I don't think so. James Lavery isn't someone I rate all that highly. Yeah, let's just go into a proper spat with him. Why not? We don't normally do that. But he's our rival. He's got a couple of over us this season. Been not yet beaten yet this season. And after last season, we beat him in every match we had against him. There was 4 fixtures. So that's really, really disappointing. Unbeaten against... okay, so we drew the last 2 times out. We didn't lose against him yet. And last look at things, is that sort of run important, and can you keep them going on Saturday? It gives us the confidence to go out there and really take them on. What are you expecting ahead of your latest head-to-head against rivals Queen's University? I think we'll see more of the same between these 2 teams. It's always a hard fixture. I feel we've prepared well, and I think we're all set for results here. We've not long to go until the end of the season. Queen's University are currently on a 23-match unbeaten league run and lie in third. Given their run of form, this could easily have the potential to be a tough encounter for you. How do you see the game going? We have a lot of quality too, and if we can show, we can stand a good chance of winning. Would you agree that these matches add a little extra flavor to the Love 41 Premier Intermediate League? They're typically a must-watch. What tactical challenges does such a big match throw at you? I'm not going to give much away, but we're going to play with a good tempo and plenty of passion. How much difference does Adam Neal make to Queen's University? He's a very good player. His quality is unquestionable. Do you have any thoughts on the pressure Ian Dornan is facing at Crewe United? No, not really. As Neil Stewart and my relationship didn't really change through that. My press officer is not the biggest fan of my comments, but that's okay. We're not here to convince her, we're convinced the players to win. Training week in review. We've recently praised or criticized the training, so we're not going to give that too much attention. Sheffield United presumably secure a playoff spot. Good for them. Okay, so we're on match day already. Away from home, third of the table. Really, tricky fixture, but it's about the prestige. We need to win this one. Really? Okay, we should mark Adam Neal tightly. Actually, I don't really like marking. No, I like marking attacking midfielders tightly. Yeah. What am I saying? Okay, let me save the game. Then let me make sure we have the team set up nicely. Okay, so Tom Hegan, peak. Excellent, that's good enough. We need our best team out there. We want to beat our rivals. Come on, boys. And Wood is also match fit. Good. Best team, Matthew Heron. Debatable, but maybe his pace can be the difference maker. As I'm expecting them that they have to step up a bit more. They're above us in the table, playing away from home against them. Higher reputation team. Okay, so that's all fine. What do we want to do with the bench? Is Ben Mitchell our candidate for the bench? Yeah, Graham's also a bit tired. Nathan Riddle or Craig Bryars. We'll stick it out with Nathan Riddle because we've also got Conor Young in case we need someone for the right back slot. Jack Owens is a good option. Bradley Yip and his versatility is always very useful. And Chris Watts, I would just keep it exactly as it is. Let's go into the match. Dressing room. What do we say to them? I'll tell them. I shouldn't have to tell you how much they mean to the fans. We might be underdogs, but do them proud. And I will also tell the boys I have faith in them because for big games, that's just what we do. Get them all motivated. So for the defenders. Okay, everyone had a positive reaction to that. Hopefully, we can translate that over into the pitch and beat our big rivals. Queen's University have yet to be beaten after 23 league games so far this season. Very, very big fixture. Again, in our first half season at the club, we were very successful against them. We beat them 3 times, and the team beat them in the opening fixture of last season as well, when we weren't manager yet. So 4 matches against them in the season, we beat them in all of them. But since then, as we will go for extended highlights for this one. Since then, yeah, it's just been draws so far this season in both the fixtures we had against them. So let's get back on that winning wagon. Yes, let's go! Jackie Berry! Woo! That was a fast start, my God. Thomas Burns back from his rest day, and he makes a difference. Wonderfully spotted by Lavorka taking up the free kick, and he keeps his head high instead of just shooting, which I would have expected him to do. Finds Barry across the box, and Barry just has to slot it in calmly. Wonderful start. Woof. Okay, 15 minutes in. We are in the lead, so we will slow the pace of the distribution down, keep a bit more control of it. Why not? So Wilson looks for Heron over the top. Is he onside? Is he onside? I think he's onside. No, he's offside. Apparently, the assistant referee has raised his flag, but he didn't. Wilson, just offside. He done well to control it and score it, but he only seems to do that whenever he's offside. It's very frustrating. This result would put us within 5 points now, so still a bit of a chance of catching them, but that's not what it's about today. Today it's just about inflicting that first defeat of the league season onto them. If they've not created anything, we'll go positive and look if we can control the game even more and maybe score a second goal in this half as Heron stands over the free kick. He's going to deliver or shoot. Shoots! Ooh, a nice winging effort towards the top corner. Full stretch save for the goalkeeper. Thought he would deliver from that deep. He didn't. As a corner is delivered to the back stick as per usual. Lavorka under it. Can't win it. We haven't seen our players win one of those corners yet, so maybe the back stick option isn't the best one. Let's see. We'll continue looking at that and assessing that. As Wilson finds Barry. Barry turns, the shot is blocked. It goes out for a goal kick, for a corner kick again. Ward looks for Lavorka and Ferguson again. Under it, but The defender heads clear. Wilson's going to shoot. No, back out to Ward. That's a good spot. Heron's inside. Please don't tell me he's offside again. That was such good vision by Clayton Ward. And I think it counts. It counts! Come on! Yes! Queen's University Belfast are sinking without a trace. Look at Wilson firstly, staying calm. I thought he was going to hit it. But he finds the unrunning Ward. And then look at that vision. Just takes the touch around his man. Curry sold for 350. I don't know. And then across the box. And Heron just stands where a striker needs to stand. Come on! Whew. As we're keeping going. Wardlow down the left. Oh, come on, let's humiliate them. Burns. Fouled. No. Not given. Lavorka gets it. Out to Barry. Crossed in. Burns. Ah, I almost combined the other way around for what we did for our first goal. One winger to the other. But sadly, Burns unable to keep it low. What a start to this game. Come on. They've not seen a sight of goal yet as well. Barry takes it down the right, can use his pace to beat his man. Swings it in, Heron runs onto it. Fisted clear, Burns shoots. Ah, and Gorn saves. This is fun. As Ward swings another through kick in. Curry clears. Wilson beats his man wonderfully. Shoots! Over. It's been all us. Look at that, 2.21 XG. They hadn't had a sighted goal. They committed 17 fouls. That was not the best free kick option from Wood. They punted long, but let's not give them an unnecessary opportunity now. Not go down, back down, like see the goal again just before half time as we did last match. Ward, wonderful. 3 men around him. He stays so calm. Heron shoots over. What a player Kalen Ward's turn to turn into throughout the course of the season. Started out poorly, but in recent weeks been by far and away one of our best players. Arguably the best. So consistently good as well. You know, not always the flashiest of performances, but always consistently good. As the Mavadi are beating Armour, which, you know, keeps us in the race mathematically. 8 points, 3 games to go. You never know. We don't really care about what's happening in the lower half of the table. Dollingston are beating Tuberville, which would leave Tuberville back in 6th. Dollingston leveled on points with us. Ideally, we'd like these two teams to draw just to stay above them. But again, doesn't really matter whether we finish 4th, 5th, or 6th. So long as we inflict that first league defeat of the season on Queen's University, I don't care what happens for the rest of the league season. Obviously, want to win that cup, of course. Okay, is there anything to take away other than it's been going fantastically? Let's see, is there anything we can still improve on? I don't really think so. I'm on the most headers. But we shouldn't change anything. No, let's not change anything. Dressing room. I'll tell the boys. Oh. What a first half. We're giving our rivals a real shock here. Keep up the good work. Everyone's extremely happy and chuffed with that. Of course they are. As yeah, we're not going to change anything because for now, why would we? We'll not even go for a little bit of time wasting yet. Now, if something changes, if they grow into the game, then I'm happy to go back to our other tactic where we control possession and frustrate their opposition a bit more. But it seems like we've done that with this approach anyways and created lots of opportunities. So we'll just keep going as we are. As their 4-1-2-2 just always seems to struggle against us. They're playing with wing backs at this level. Can these players do that? No. Team Curry's not built for that. What about Blair? Well, Blair's more of a winger. Youngster, so yeah, he's kind of built for that. Look at that. Such a good performance. Let's not let this be their highlight, please. Oh, I guess it wins the header. Oh, it could be though. Burn with their fast shot. And you know what? We'll do it. We're going to stop preventing short goal distribution because our defenders haven't won most of the headers. you know, I've won most of the headers, but I haven't won as many headers as I would like them to. Yeah, we don't want to always force them to play it long then, because it seems like they're having a bit of success in that. Okay, this is going to be our highlight though. Walker out wide to Cochrane. Wonderful goal score from last time out. Wood delivers forward. Oh, Gorn doesn't catch it. Drops it. Wilson takes around his man. Back to Wood. Got a good delivery on him from deep. This time Gorn catches. Goes long with it. But Ferguson is onto it. What are we waiting for in this highlight? Sometimes these highlights start way too early, yes. Over the top. Neil is in. Oh, goodness me. Yeah, that was way too easy. That was way too easy. Fast prop opportunity for them, and really we invited them in for that one. We're gonna lower our defensive line to not allow as many balls in behind, hopefully. From that change. Surely not. I mean, it would be so up, like our season in a nutshell if we give this one up now. But surely not, right? Do we want to make any changes? Not really for now. Everyone's playing pretty well. We will go for a bit of time wasting. Confirm those changes. We go again for the long ball in behind, but we should have it covered. Thinking about taking Ferguson off at some stage because, you know, he's getting older. He's not the fastest anymore, and he's also losing his energy a little bit, so we don't get beaten over the top as easily. And we could also bring on a third centre back. We don't normally do that. Heron, it's a good run. Oh my god, he scored. I would not have expected him to go for the shot. And that was a wow, it was a worldly of a finish. Look at that. Wardlow over the top, Heron on his left foot, his right footer. Remember that. One touch. Top corner. You can't get more top corner from there. Goalkeeper could have done better, but what a finish! Let's go, Matthew Heron. Woo! Coming good towards the end of the season. Could have been a hat-trick if that goal early on wouldn't have been disallowed for offside. Let's go for even more time waste touch. Now let's just be conservative and careful. Bring on Mitchell for Ferguson. More speed in the back line. Connell Young can come on for Cochrane, play a bit of a more defensive role, and also keep fresh legs in the midfield. Okay, we keep lower the tempo a little bit. A highlight to them though, from the free kick. Harkin swings it in. Okay, header clear initially, and we could have the counter on here. Berry runs forward. He's got Heron with him, and I don't know who that is to his right hand side. He's got to go all the way alone. Is that a shot? I mean, we really should have done more of that counter. Walker is now really tired out there. Okay, then Ward can come off. Looks a bit exhausted. Okay, and final substitutions. Berry can go into that Mazzala role. Yip can come on. Heron can kind of have a rest too. So we want him to be fit if he's in that kind of form for the next match. We'll tempo down even a bit further. Keep everything else as it is. And let's carry this home. Wow. I don't know what happened here today. We just started like a house on fire. It's Young on the free kick. We were hopeful when we brought him in that he could be a bit of a threat from those set pieces. Hasn't turned out that way yet. He's got like a fairly high rating for free kicks and for corners, but he just doesn't have the technique to pull it off really. Well, saying that, that was a nicely swung in corner. Back out to him. And that was a poorly swung in cross. – 22 shots to their 3. Oh, 4 now. Okay, let's go balanced. Make sure we don't let them in too easily. We're going to have to throw in now. Blocked. Purdy over the top. Mitchell out with it. Good. Well done, lads. Let's keep it calm. Keep hold of it. Mitchell. Yeah, sometimes you just need to go no nonsense. That's fine. Barry in the center of the park finds Yip. He's going to go for a goal himself. He is. Bit of a poked effort. Long pump by Garn, but with our lower line, that's not troubling for us anymore. I was gonna say, but the defensive line thought that's the keeper's duty, and the keeper didn't come out with enough conviction, and they got a shot off. But luckily enough, Neil didn't score that one. It looks set. It looks like it's over. It looks like we're gonna be the first team to beat Queen's University after what looked like it could have been an unbeaten season for our rival club. But we are going to take that away from them. That's a wonderful feeling to have. At their place as well, at the Dub, which was our home ground last season, the Dub, but because we were building a new stadium. Now the Dub is in Queen's University's hand, but once again, we can say we're getting a Dub at the Dub. Haven't been able to do that for a while. What a performance, boys. Come on. 3-1. Convincing victory. I want to see more of that, please. Let's get into the dressing room. I'm so proud that y'all. That was an incredible win. Maybe people will take us more seriously in this rivalry. Not take us seriously. I was going to say, what a win! You certainly made our doubters eat their words. And look at the positive reaction on that. Whew! Let's go. Okay, look at that. That pushes us clear of Pablo and Donington, who did end up drawing. As I said, it's arguably the best result we can have. We are now 5 points behind Queen's University. 3 games to go. Could still catch them. Would be huge. 8 points behind Armagh. And we're playing them next. So a win there would make it 5 points, 2 matches to go. And, you know, their confidence down in the dumps following 2 wins in a row. You never know. A lot will have to work out in our favour, but you never know. We're gonna keep charting away from this. Maybe, just maybe, we can finish second once again. As no one really to criticise. We praise all the players who had over an 8.0. Slimavadi secured mathematically at least a second place finish, although they've all but secured the title now, automatic promotion. So congratulations to them on that. With that victory against Armagh, very good. So I didn't go to the press conference following that win. Gingerlewy seems to have very little interest in ending this recent spat with you. How do you feel about Leighton's comment? What did he say? I wasn't at all impressed with how Brahim conducted himself before the match. I wish he could just let football do the talking instead of having to resort to all these mind games. The result just makes it all the harder to take, and I have to apologize to the fans because they're the ones who feel it most. Yeah, I mean, I did let my football do the talking at the end of the day. I smell warmly, I think. Yeah, I'm not paying him the slightest bit of attention, to be honest. We're focusing on what lies ahead for this football club. That has to be said to anything for you. They say the proof is in the pudding, and the pudding in this case is a football. We played some liquid football out there today, and our opponents proved no match for us. Was Matthew Heron frustrated by a decision to take him off when he was on a hat-trick? Matthew did what he was paid to do, with no shortage of aplomb. Keeping him fit for the next match was my main concern. How much did you enjoy Matthew Heron's performance? Matthew was absolutely outstanding today. Kalen Ward put in a good performance today. Do you think that's likely to swell the potential interest surrounding him? Oh, there's interest surrounding him, is there? Who wants him? Limavali and Armour. That's not good news, because they are an interesting proposition for him as well. I don't think he'll be going anywhere in a hurry. Jack Barry had a cracking game today. Are your performances like that likely to cause Radio to try to make the deal permanent? I'd love to make the deal permanent, but no interest from him. We'd like to keep him, but it's easier said than done, I'm afraid. As that has made my relationship with Neil Stewart worse. I don't know how to please that man. We praise Heron for his performance as well, and he's happy about that. Matthew Connolly presumably is the player of the week, though. 16-year-old winger for Banbridge. Wow, he looks good. Recruitment focus update, thank you very much. Okay, let's go through to the next morning. And then set some things up for the team. I think I might just, go through and then rest all the players again so we can send our best team out there against Armagh so that we, can just keep our promotion hopes alive. So I think like everyone who played, except for Hagan, he's fine, he's a goalkeeper. You get a 2 days rest because we wouldn't be trading anyways. But when you set to rest them, it seems to let them regenerate their fitness a bit faster. We have a look at our schedule. So Sunday and Monday we're not training anyway, so it shouldn't really cost us anything in terms of that progression either. So it's a win-win kind of. Let's see, who do we want to send out for the B team? McGill, Hannah, Briars can go, Gordon, and one of these boys. We'll send Mr. Worry. Perfect. Let's see if my BT manager has set them up the right way. Now Hannah, we want up there. Worry in here is fine. Gordon, Briars, Wotton, Brownlee down the wing. No, thank you. Brownlee down here. Okay. So Kareem, I think, is a right winger. Yes. Owen is a central midfielder. That's good. And McGrandles is a striker. Good. See, final match day of the league season for the B team. If they win here, they could go up into third in their league. Doesn't matter really, but it's always good when they get a good result. It keeps the confidence high in the players we send down to the B team. Obviously, the main reason we do that is because we want to push their match sharpness up into a good spot. And yeah, also the game against Armagh, of course, is a home tie, and we've got a bit of a bone to pick with them after the last league matches of the normal season. Was a really disappointing 1-2 loss to them. Look at those statistics. Obviously, we had 2 penalties. One of them missed in infuriating fashion because Football Manager didn't work. Even though I reset the person who's taking the penalties, it didn't listen to it. And also, we scored from that play when they gave the penalty, but they still gave the penalty. So overall, really infuriating. So I've got a bit of a bone to pick with Armagh. Let's see if we can manage to do that in this tie. Hopefully, a bit risky to send all these players out there again, should they be somewhat fresh enough. But honestly, it would really important to win this match, but we don't want anyone to get injured ahead of the cup final either. So it's a bit of a risk we're taking, but if you don't risk, you won't be rewarded. So we'll see. As we're slightly better on the form than them, and one of those matches must have been the game against us. Yeah, first one, which wasn't really a win. Really fortunate. We're not going to go to the bench conference because, as much as this could be the match which gets us back into the promotion push, even if we win it, it's still so unlikely. And should Queens win, Queens will still be catchable as well, but it's just so unlikely. it's not really a big match in that sense. It could, at the end of the season, have been a big match, but winning this match doesn't really put us in a good spot. Getting promoted or anything like that is still really, really unlikely, so it doesn't really matter. Jake Moore's training is not showing any progress. We'll assess that some amount of time. Lee Blackson will improve if you're encouraged to get further forward. I don't necessarily think that's the best. We should extend the loan deal for Jack Barry. We tried that before. They are not interested. They want him to play at a higher level, and that is fully understandable. In terms of his attributes, at least, not necessarily always in terms of his performances, he should be playing at a higher level. Lavorka has progressed recently. Kind of. Ben Mitchell's individual training routine has helped. Kind of. As has Aaron Cochrane's. Looks like it's true. William Morey has diminished as a player. Obviously, he's 37 and had a long-term injury. Kevin Brownlee hasn't developed. And is now only set to be at the potential to play at this level rather than all the way up into the second tier of Northern Irish football. So we should praise Aaron Cochrane's form. I think that's a fair enough shout. He's doing really, really well. I'm really pleased with your recent performances. Keep it up, lad. See what the B team does, and then we'll be straight back into action with the first team against Armagh. And then I think we'll just be keeping the same team out there. As much as we're now looking up the table, trying to somehow keep us mathematically in the promotion battle, which, if you miss out on it for a little bit, that miss of Chris Watts against Tubermore, the other game, would be really disappointing, really annoying, wouldn't it? We do have Dollingston away after this match, and we shouldn't forget that we're just sitting 2 points above them right now, so it could all very, very quickly turn around and turn sour, and us, not getting promoted, but finishing bottom of that top half. As 5-1 win for the B team, what a performance out there. They're doing really well. It was the last match of the season. They finished third in that league, even though they went towards the bottom for large parts of it. Having gone on a really good run of form towards the end of the season. That's very nice to see. Hopefully we can continue that into next season, which is a bit higher up the table. Maybe we can qualify for whatever the stage after is. Okay, let's get back into the match against Armagh City. And, we looked really good when we played them last time out. And I think we used this tactic. So, you never know. You never know. Simultaneous to us playing them, Limavady host Tubermore. We don't really care what happens in the match. Ideally, Limavady win, because they're not catchable for us anymore. And then, we keep Tubermore a bit away from us. Queen's University against Darlingston. We do want Darlingston to win that one, even though they cancelled Cutchers. Us, for the prestige of finishing above Queen's University for the second year in a row, especially coming from as far behind as we did and inflicting fast defeat upon them in the season, would be a really, really sweet achievement, and leave a lovely taste in our mouth. We should lower the line of engagement. I don't necessarily think we'll be doing that. We'll do our thing. Thank you very much. What did I say about Jack Barry? Elliot Wood and Jack Barry have a good partnership. Yeah, good. No, we would not have that yet. Very well. So, everyone seems basically fit out there. I'm quite surprised that Lavorka made it. Everyone's on a heavy match though, so there's a bit of a risk of an injury. Don't know why Cochrane and Wilson don't have a good partnership here yet. Maybe they haven't played enough as a ball midfield support and Lazalo on support yet. Let's make sure everyone is ready. Lavorka is showing signs of being tired. Could bring in Jack Graham. And Lavorka's really earned to rest, haven't they? It could be so good for us. Don't want to bring in Ben Mitchell. He's always a bit of a liability with his size. We'll bring in Jack Graham. Don't want to get any injuries. He's a good option too, a bit better on the ball, even though not as good defensively, arguably. So everyone else is at least excellent in terms of conditioning, although everyone's excellent, no one's is peak. The bench, I think, will remain the same as it has been in recent weeks. So the only change we made is bringing Graham into the starting lineup. Lavoko will sit out the match entirely. He needs a rest. Okay, other than that, we don't need to change anything. Let us save the game in case anything goes wrong. And keep our fingers crossed and hope we'll be able to not pick up any injuries and maybe come out on top here and have a really, really unlikely charge towards that promotion zone still. As we're going to keep it on extended highlights, as this has turned out into a bit of an important fixture. This is our chance to exact revenge. I'll obviously say that after they beat us so heartbreakingly last time out. No need for faith talks. We don't want to do that too often, otherwise the effect of it wears off. So yeah, that loss here was against them, and we're looking to make up for that disappointment. Let's see what we can do against them. And we perform, anywhere close to as good as we were against them last time out. We should have no problems winning because we should have clearly won that match too. And I think there's a bit more confidence flowing through our forwards now, and they should be able to score a bit more. And let's just hope we can get it done this time and perform to a similar level. So the poor giveaway of possession of Ferguson, not what we have him out there for. So Water looks in behind, doesn't quite hit the ball long enough. That's something I find really frustrating. I said that, oh, Heron is in though. Fantastic save by Carey. Something I find really frustrating is the fact that, I set the team up to play longer passes, to pass into space, but they never pass it far enough into space for Heron to run onto them. Because Heron's got that pace, all of our forwards have got that pace, but so often just drops short and then they have to get involved in a header, and obviously they can't win those. I would much rather have them put a bit too much weight on the ball and risk that the goalkeeper's going to get out to them. As Ferguson, I feel like the first time that we see clearly one header by our man at the back stick, Ferguson was the one who won it, but heads it over sadly. We've looked good to begin with. We have definitely looked a better team out there. Let's keep that up. 4 corners already won. Wardlow on the throw-in, good position. Burns back to Cochrane, delivers forward to Heron. Interesting choice of pass. Comes back to the goalkeeper though. Long punt will be ours. Initially, yeah, but they win it back. Oof, good run on here for Duffy. Shoots over. Okay, didn't deal too well with their long distribution there. Ward is over his free kick though. Swings it. Yeah, let's go. Kalen Ward. I don't know what their goalkeeper did there. He was right under it, but then he ducked away from it. But Kalen Ward with a wonderfully last free kick over the top of that wall, and then Mr. What's his name? Curry. Not doing too well out there. And yeah, that momentarily puts us within 5 points of them. And mathematically, we stay in a promotion push, which we had counted ourselves out of for quite some time. And let's not get too carried away. So go for the long ball here again. Ferguson gets there, and not super convincingly, but we get clear of it. Barry's missing a bit of support, finds Wood behind him. This again is one of those long balls, but not really over the top. Wonderful pass by Ward into Barry. Is he going to shoot or is he going to look for Heron? He shoots over. Heron didn't make a good run there. He should have been closer in support. As we go positive because they haven't really looked that threatening. Also slow the pace down though. Maybe we can go for the second goal here. Before half time would be huge. Come on, give us one more chance before half time. It's their corner. O'Hanlon. Back stick. Head clear. Warnock has a lot of space here, though. Egan makes a very good save there. It was worrying how much space he was allowed there to get the shot of the Stollingston are beating Queens, which would put us in within what? 2 points of them? Is that right? We were 5 behind after the last game, right? I think that would put us within 2 points of Queens. 2 points, 2 games to go. Could easily catch them still. But we need to make sure that this result stays the way it is, and then hope that theirs does too. As you know, obviously we need to catch them if we want to have that push player spot. We don't just need to overtake Armor, we also need to overtake Queens. That's a dangerous ball inside, so they will go back to balanced. They have grown into it. They've done a lot better towards the end of that first half. Let's quickly look at latest scores and tables. Yeah, the only other goal was in the Donington Queens match, and this is looking very good for us because Queens have also had a player sent off in the right back Blair, and then Ballymacash leading Portstone. That's good for them. The other game in the top half, Limavady against Tuppermore, is still draw at levels that we don't care about that one at all, really. Let's close this tab. Could not be going better. Obviously, we could have beat Tubbermore. That would be in an even better spot, but you know what I mean. Kai Woodlow hasn't looked too convincing out there. All of our players haven't looked too convincing, to be fair. Not sure what to make of it. Andrew Farg's gonna struggle to win his headers. It's a rare sight. Happy with how dominant possession so far. It's been a good first half performance. Turn the pace down. I think we'll go into the second half without any major changes, but we won't wait forever with them if especially Barry and Heron don't do too well up there. We do want to continue having a bit of a threat going forward also on counters. Wardlow having a poor game out there is scary because we do have Riddle on the bench to replace him, but Riddle is just like only really the player I like bringing on when we're chasing a game, when we need a bit more creativity out there. As obviously, if we score another goal, win by 2, it would be huge for the goal difference, as we're quite far behind them now, even if we catch up with them on points. But I don't really want to risk too much. We need to make sure we get this victory, otherwise, anything but win, by the way, puts us mathematically out of the promotion race. Because that would leave us, leave us 8 points behind them, even with a draw. With 2 games to go, obviously, you can't get 8 points in 2 games. So we need a victory if we want to remain in that battle. There's another highlight here, so I was about to make some changes. Wilson finds Barry with the switch. Barry over the top to Matthew Heron, takes it down, was wonderfully to find a bit of space to get the shot off against his 2-man there. And unable to score with it. Tom Burns down the left. Back to Cochrane. There's a nice vision from him. Wardlow into Wilson, who loses out on it, and this dangerous territory. We get it back. Is the highlight going to continue, or was that it? That was it. Another highlight straight after. No time to make changes for us. So it looks like we're still threatening. Heron is down that wing. Unfamiliar position for him. Interesting ball out to Wood. Johnny Wilson, back to Wood, shoots! Oh my god, what an effort! Heron picks it up, shouts for a penalty. Wow. Ooh, that player's pulled up with an injury as well. Bit of a kerfuffle in there. Can we make our changes now? Yes, we can. Okay. Yeah, it looked good. It looked very good. Barnes and Wilson picked up yellow cards to begin the second half off with, which is not good. Time to bring on Jack Owens in the Mazzala role, because Wilson hasn't done too well anyways, and he's picked up that yellow now. Could be dangerous. Heron's not looked a threat, and we'll bring on Watts, because the good thing with Watts is that he's got a bit more physicality, so he can always help us remain in possession. We will play him as an advanced forward though, because we've seen a lot of use of Heron finding those wide areas in the last few highlights. Jack Gray might be delighted, but he's on a 6.4. Or bring on Ben Mitchell. Always a bit of a scary proposition. We'll keep Graham out there for now, but if he continues not to perform too well, we might take him off too. And a similar story of Jack Berry. I'll go for a bit of time wasting now. And keep it up. Come on. O'Hanlon had to go off injured in the end. Leroy's trying with an injury out there too. They're not getting too lucky with those right now. Highlight with them in a free kick in a deep position. Hegan's gonna get that. Okay, Wardlow, Rex figure. Oh, Burns, wonderful interception there. Good tracking back from him. Jack Owens, unfamiliar Mazzala role. I think he's done well since coming on. Ward found centrally. Oh, wonderful 1-2 with Berry. Come on, Berry. Across to Watts, please. No, oh, he scores! Woo, I was about to yell at him. Come on, Jack Berry. Woo! 2-0 to us. Oh, let's carry this home. 2-goal margin, huge for goal difference as well. As Kalen Ward slides in Berry wonderfully, and look at that. He slides in Watts here. Open goal to aim at, and free passing lane as well. So long as he scores, it doesn't matter. Finds a way, but if he wouldn't have scored, I would have been absolutely livid with him. Good thing we kept him on. I was considering taking him off. Good thing we left him out there. And Wardlow, I'll take him off. This is risky because, as I say, Riddle doesn't have the legs anymore. And he's not the best defensively, but we also want Wardlow to be ready for the next match. Okay, that's good. We've got all the way with time wasting. Lower the tempo a little bit. Confirm those changes. Okay, I feel like we've only conceded one shot in the second half. Can that be true? Should we do our final changes now? Bring on Yip for Ward. Drop out wide. Put Barry in the center of the park. This Barry just doesn't seem to tire. How much is his stamina? He's got stamina of 13, natural fitness 12. That's wonderful. And then the question is, do we bring on Mitchell for either Ferguson or Graham? Or do we bring on Young for Cochrane? I feel like Young for Cochrane. It's an important substitution to make to keep Cochrane fit. Oh, Ferguson, Ferguson is so important to our system, isn't he? Oh, well, we can't take Ferguson off. No, we can take Ferguson off. Should we take Ferguson off? Oh, we shouldn't take Ferguson off. But he's tired out there. No, we'll take Ferguson off. This could be death sentence for us, to be fair. He's a defensive rock, isn't he? Yep, could this be another goal for us? Yep, found over the top. Okay, doesn't get through to our man, but Burns wins that back. Beats his man and then passes back to the goalkeeper. I don't know why he didn't put a bit more conviction behind that one. Another goal would be like, because so now we're 4 goals behind. So they need to lose once and draw once. So that's at least -1 goal difference. We need to win twice. So that's at least a 3-goal difference swing. So it's very unlikely that we'll catch them without catching them in terms of goal difference as well. But if we score another one, then it'll be confirmed. We won't be able to catch them without catching them in terms of goal difference as well. Riddle on the free kick. I haven't seen one of those in a while. Kerry catches that. That is a fantastic save by the keeper. Well done on him. So we're not going to be pushing for the last goal, but we're also not going to stop attacking either. As Cochrane's picked up an injury, and I should have taken him off. Owen's just going to drop deeper. Play as a central midfielder on defend. Barry can play as an advanced playmaker. Drop the wingers deeper because we're now going to have to play with a man less. And we really don't need to risk anything unnecessarily in those circumstances. We'll lower the tempo. We keep on counting. We got cautious. Some of those changes. That is very bad. I didn't even check what kind of injury it is. Hopefully we can see this out with our 2-goal lead. Hideout falling here. Watts crosses it in for the back stick. Kerry catches. We're a man light now. Woods is losing his legs. Duffy slides in McConnell. Could find the ball across. Hegan. Let's go. Stays concentrated and picks that ball up calmly. Pushing very high up now. Don't do anything stupid, Tom. Just go long when you don't find the option close. Good. It's going to drop back to them though. Riddle with a terrible header to the center of the park. Duffy could be off. He's not apparently. He slides back across McConnell. Hegan. Oh, wonderful save. Bradley up into Watson. This is the end of the highlights? Yes? End of the highlights? No, Barry. Yip in support. End of the highlights? Okay, end of the highlight. Good. Good, good, good. Come on then. Let's just see this home. Watts is on off the bench. Could have chased that. Got a bit of pace about him. Please, let's not get wobbly. Let's not concede here. I was thinking also when I made those last substitutions, should I leave it just to have someone in case someone gets injured? I was also thinking of taking Cochrane off. Maybe we wouldn't have had an injury if I took him off. But yeah, doesn't always work out like that. Sperry can play the 1-2 with Watts. Does. It could be offside, but let's see what he does. He wasn't. Goal kick. That's okay. We got this. We got this. Let's go for key highlights for the next match as well. Oh, we got this. This is it. 2-0. Final whistle. Yes? Let's go! We're still in it! Woo! What's going on here? I did not expect that to be an opportunity when we started the stream out today. And then we drew the first game as well, which made it so unlikely. Just a mathematical thing. 11 points behind with 4 games to go. It was almost like the great escape we almost pulled off with Vandersburgs. See if we can do it this time. Obviously, we won't get sacked this time if we don't do the great escape because that was a bad relegation. But whew. Complacency? Nah, no, we haven't done that well. Excellent win. Queen's University did end up losing against Donington. The second league defeat of the season after losing to us a couple of days ago. And so that leaves us 2 points behind them, 5 points behind Armagh, 2 matches to go. It's still so unlikely. But you never know. You never know. Armagh dropping confidence and self-belief. Queen's University absolutely in the bin. It could happen. We still have to face Limavady though, which could throw a spanner in the works because even though they're basically all but secured it, they still been playing well. Now they have secured it mathematically, 8 points clear, 2 matches to go. Having drawn with Tobermoor United. We still, by the way, we're still not, like, we could still finish 6th. Could happen. But, woof. What an unlikely charge this is. I would have never thought it. Heron, poor performance out there. Not really what we want to see. The problem with him is, like, he, as much as he's a useful asset with his pace and his dribbling, whenever there are long balls forward, 19 headed, like 3 out of 19 headers, one's just not good enough. So maybe Chris Watts up there next game. It's going to be a nice breath of fresh air, anyways. It's Caden Ward scores and assists. Wardlow continues not really to convince so long as he doesn't, get the assist in as he did against Queen's University. We will also tell him that we expect more of him. Cochrane in. Oh no. I forgot about that. Shit. So Cochrane is out with a sprained ankle ligaments, and we'll be fine because we have a player in Young who can just deputize for him, but he's been so good for us this season, and he'll most probably miss that cup final in 3 weeks' time exactly against Ballymacash. And it's really disappointing both for him personally and so McDowell to the press conference. Form. There we go. Let's advance through into Wednesday morning and then set the team up and see who we want to rest. Because matches are coming thick and fast. So we've got the weekend match now, then we finally have a week's rest for the final league match of the season at home against Limavady. Now Dollingston have done well so far in the promotion in the championship group, especially if they win against Queens. What's our past meetings record this season? Oh, we have done well against them though, so I'd say I should be able to do it. Okay, so we've got training on Thursday, not around that. I'd like to keep Elliot Wood out there. Jack Graham will make space for Taylor Walker. Kai Wardler will stay out there. Connell Young is coming in for Cochrane. Jack Barry, Caden Ward. Chris Watts can come on for Heron just to see what he can do there. He's playing more as a poacher rather than an advanced forward. He's a bit better at that. I don't know if or when I criticized him last. It's not been good enough. So hopefully he can turn his form around a little bit. Okay. So this would ideally be the starting lineup in 3 days' time. Hey Hassan, welcome to the chat. What's going on? Not much. We're just out of the depths of going for a promotion push for the ages. Now we're still 2 games to go, 5 points away from Armour, so it's still very, very unlikely. But we've just beaten Queen's University, first league defeat for them this season, and they've got their second one straight after. We've beaten Armour in the last match. Both these teams seem to be struggling a little bit. So should we win the last 2 matches, there's still an opportunity. Even though with 4 games to go, we were 11 points behind second. Thank you for the welcome back. Yeah, it's been a couple of days since I did a stream. Strange feeling. strange feeling, but it's good to be back. I'm really enjoying it. So yeah, first, like we started the Championship Group out today. First game, away tie against Tobermoor. Disappointing 1-1 draw. It was balanced game, so it was fair enough that we drew it, but we had that chance for the winner in the final stages through Chris Watts. He was unable to convert, but then we've absolutely convincingly beaten Queen's University, and they are struggling a lot now. Although they still have the opportunity to get promoted as well. Armour, 2-0 victory just in the last match, but bad news is that Cochrane's out for 3 to 4 weeks. Now we've got Dollingston and Limavady. We need to win both those matches to keep our chances alive. And we need to Armour to not get more than 1 point in the space of that. But there's a chance, And also tonight in the second stream, we're definitely going to have that cup final against Ballymacash. And then who knows, maybe we're going to have to go through the promotion playoffs again as well. Maybe, just maybe. But for now, we'll continue advancing through onto the game against Dollingston. Which is also, away from home against a team of a similar quality to ours. Never going to be easy. So no gimmies here. We have to be so honest and fair with the situation. So we will just go into it and hope for the very best. After this, we finally have a week's break, continuing having played like twice a week for the last 3 weeks, which is something we don't really get to see. As Andrew Ferguson announced his decision to retire, I was thinking that might come. Tony Tumulty announced his decision that he will retire. I was hoping that would come, to be honest. Andrew Ferguson, though, it would be good if he leaves on a high, wins that cup with us. And he has been dropping massively in terms of his attributes in the last year. But he's still such an important player for this team. Mainly because he's, our tallest centre-back, our strongest centre-back aerially. Sorry about that. And also because he's our best on the ball, so he's so important to our system. But when we look at his last 12 months, how his attributes have gone down, I understand why this would be the time where he thinks maybe it's time to wind down a bit. I'd like to have him around for another season for kind of to progress over to the next generation. But also, there's if I can ask you to reconsider, of course, there's a bit of a risk that then it's going to have an ungraceful ending. He's also here as a coach, so he will stick around. I think that it's going to have a bit of an ungraceful ending, and that he's going to be, have a very poor season out. If we also have a look at the, and he's been called out a few times this season, hasn't he? Yeah, that's definitely a fair shout. I'd say it's time. No, that's definitely fair enough. Just not as a starter for next season, just to progress us over into the next stage, next players. If you have a look at their club info page, you can see we don't have any legends or icons, but we have one person, favorite person, and that is Mr. Andrew Ferguson. So the fans rate him very highly as well. You see here, the fans really like this player. So it would be very sad. And to add to that, if we have a look at the club hierarchy, the only team leader currently is Andrew Ferguson. Now, Johnny Wilson will step up to that very soon with that vice captaincy role and probably captain next season, with Worry retiring as well. But I feel like there are a lot of factors which would mean that it would help if Andrew Ferguson, Clifford Andrew Ferguson, his full name by the way, stick around. Should I ask him to reconsider? I feel like it would be good for the club if he stayed on as a player. I feel like it would be good for his legacy if he retires this season on a high. I don't know how it would go, by the way, if we ask him. What's our relationship with him? It would be good for the dressing room. Yeah, exactly. We're very close, so he would probably consider my opinion. The question is, he's set to be a regular star. I think he'd be happy to drop down in terms of playing time as well, so that shouldn't be an issue. You know what, I'm a big fan of legacy, to be honest, and him stepping down now on a high. No, we'll let him retire. We'll let him retire in peace. We'll fix the squad. We can make it without him somehow. I think we'll let him retire on a high, hopefully winning that cup final. And it's a good time to go because he has really been dropping off in terms of performances and attributes. And as much as he's a good asset because of some things he has compared to other players from ours, he's not good enough for this level anymore. We shouldn't be having to rely on him. Still going to be around the club as a coach. Yes, that's true. Hopefully, I don't know how much difference that makes in terms of like the players in the dressing room staying calm. Should in real life it would, because he's always around. But I don't know. Tony Tomilty also plans a retirement. I was hoping for that, to be honest. Otherwise I would have had to let him go this season. He was a very important player for us last season. This season has been a bit harshly treated by me by dropping him so heavily, but we've got other options in there now, so we're gonna see him retire too. So it's a big wave of retirement this season. It is a total of 4 players. I'll show you them real quick. Who is going to leave us to stop playing football? We have 4 players over the age of 30. And all of them are retiring this season. So the oldest player in the squad next season is going to be Chris Watson, if we sign anyone older. And yeah, it's Tony Tomilty, we just had a look at. It's Andrew Ferguson, we were just debating about. Nathan Riddle, who, for him as well, it was like if he would have retired last season, then it would have been on a high this season. It's a bit late for it, but we were very happy for his services this season as well. And obviously, William Warwick, club captain, who the problem is I can't ask him to reconsider his retirement for a couple of days because he's planning to retire on like the 11th of May, which is just a couple of days before our cup final, and I'd like him to be around for that because I would love nothing more than to send him out there to lift the trophy. Thank him for his services, but it was the right call. Definitely, no, that's a fair shot. Is Riddle going to retire? Riddle is going to retire too. So all of our players over 30, all of our oldies are going to retire. So it's a bit of a changing of the guard this season. Although to be fair, on the pitch, it already has been the only player who's really stayed super relevant. Fixture of the fast team was Andrew Ferguson. And that confirms it, that these 2 players will be ending their careers as well. Let's just hope we can send them off with a trophy or success of some sort. I would now kind of like to be mathematically out of the promotion race for the last game of the season, just so we can get some substitutions to thank our players. As potential most player of the match awards in the season could be gotten by Caelan Ward if he gets another one in the last 2 games of the season. As Jack Moore has the record with 6 for last season's performances. Caelan Ward this season with 5. As we're going to send McDowell to the press conference against Donington, as again, it's not a big fixture in the grand scheme of things. It might, if we win it and other teams lose, it might have been at the end of it, but that you could argue about every win you get. So since it's not a big fixture, we're not going to go there. Last game of the season, we're probably going to attend it. This, by the way, unless the World Cup fixture goes into extra time, with no idea how it's currently standing. This is going to be the last game of the stream. It's still leveled in the World Cup, so that we might be a bit. We might do overtime, but this might well be the last game of the stream. And we'll do the last league fixture and then the cup final in the stream in the evening. As McDowell knows the spirit can't be maintained of a good run. Okay, that's not necessarily the positivity we want to have in the press conference, but that's okay. As I forgot to rest players for the Friday, but I think most of them should be fit enough for this match against Donington. And then after, we finally have a week's rest. So that obviously we want to still be in the mathematical race come the last day of the season. Actually, thinking about it, Queens and Armour are going to play each other at some point still, right? Not, they already did. Okay, good. Good, that's good, because then there's always potential that they both drop points, not just one of them. The Limavady going away, confirmed champions, will be going up automatically. Congratulations to them after beating us in that cup final last season as well. It's fair enough, they were the best team out there. I think they have been one of the best teams in this league for a while now. So it's kind of fair enough that they end up getting there. Look at that, oh my god, it's just... So, having a look around player stats, we know Pomeroy is an absolute god and scoring all the goals. Our best goal scorer in the league is Watts on 13, so he's not going to get into that list anymore. And Pomeroy also obviously then is also high in the average ratings. Assists, 9, 8, 7, that's okay, whereas our highest, Kalen Ward on 6. Player of the match is Pomeroy, far and away. We know this. Clean sheets, Paul Wells for Limavady, good on him. We obviously don't have anyone in there because we changed goalkeepers halfway through. But yellow cards. We've gotten, 4 players on 7, a load of players on 6, and then there's this one guy, Ethan Warnock, on 12 yellow cards in 22 appearances. What's this guy up to? He got 14 tackling. Just picks him up for pointless things, apparently. Okay, match day. Let's get back focused. So Darlington sit 2 points behind us. They still have ambitions to overtake us. Our eyes look elsewhere on the table as we look to beat them. It's going to be away ties for the 3 teams still competing for that second spot in the league. Armour is away against Tubermore. Tubermore have not done too well in the promotion stage yet. 3 draws. A draw would be okay. Obviously, ideally they win. The draw would be okay. Who is Armour playing on the last day? Home against Darlington. Well, actually, please win it, Tubermore, please. And Queen's University are away against Limavady, where even though Limavady have already confirmed the title, I'm confident enough in their class that they will be able to get it done. So yeah, we face Darlington. And let's save the game here and then set up the team as we go into this fixture, which I thought would have been a dead rubber. More for prestige of who finishes high on the table, but our recent run has turned it into a lot more important than that. I think this is going to be a team we're sending out there. Let's just make sure no one's absolutely dying. Hopefully we don't pick up another injury. As everyone seems to be alright to get going. So it's going to be Hegan, Wood, Lavorka, Ferguson, Wardlow, Wilson, Young, Berry, Ward, Burns, and Watts up front. And let's see what we do with the bench. We'll keep Mitchell out there. Should we put Graham on the bench? Kind of like Graham better. Let's put Graham. No, Graham's a bit tired as well. Let's put Mitchell out there. Okay, Riddle. I don't think so. I think we'll be bringing Bryars onto the bench now, because before I didn't need him because we have Connor Young who could play as a right back to come on off the bench. Now the question is, do we bring for Cochrane, do we bring Warrior back into the fold in case we need a defensive midfielder? Or do we bring Hannah in just to have another centre mid option? I think we're bringing Warrior back in. Very unlikely return to the fast team, as he hasn't played a competitive game for us yet. But we need someone to be able to play a midfielder role and be good defensively, because Young isn't that much. Owens and Wilson and Ward all aren't really either. But we'll have Warrior on the bench. We'll hope that we won't be having to call upon him, but he's making an unlikely return to like the fast 18 club captain. Okay, and Yip and Heron, that's good. Jake Moore continues to be unlucky to have to sit out all this football, and yeah, submit that team and hope for the best out there. Big question mark is, how is Connell Young going to do? He didn't perform. He didn't convince us too much in starting place, even though I thought he would easily win it in the beginning of the season. Has not materialized yet because of the good performances of Cochrane, but with his injury, of course, we need Young to step up out there. I'll tell the boys, if you carry your last ones in this match, we'll do well. Keep the positivity going. Well, that didn't go down too well with them. Oh my god, they have pictures all around their team. We only have 4. Wrexham, Wardlaw, Connor Young, Wood, and Hegan. Okay, let's get into it. Come on, boys. We would set back down to key highlights because again, it's not a big match. It could end up being, but it's not a big match. Let's not get the occasion get too ahead because it's not a big occasion. First shot to us. Come on. Go on, do better, boys. Ooh, they love that. Oh, first highlight free kick to them though. Swung in, Roscoe wins it, back stick. The post. I was watching that push a stance. Bad play from him. That was dangerous from that free kick. Encourage some more. So we'll try and go for a bit of positive approach for the last 10 minutes. Bit dangerous, maybe go in with the lead at halftime. It's more leading armor. Come on. The door is opening. Nothing, boys. No, nothing. No highlights going our way in the first half. Balanced game, not many opportunities. I need to do a little bit better than this. As Limavady and Queens are drawing. Doherty has been injured. Is he an important player? No, he's not. Okay, that's okay. You'll manage. Limavady and Queens are drawing. Tullamore are leading. So should we go in the lead in this match, this would put us above Queens on goal difference, level on 44 points with them, and 2 points behind second in the league. If things stay as they are. Oh my god, the door is open. The door is open. We need to make sure we're ready to pounce. Chris Schwartz is doing terribly out there. What can I change? There must be something I can change. Passing been like, what do I say to the boys here? Because I want to be annoyed. Relax and play the rest of the match with freedom and confidence in yourself. Okay, that helps with Wood. So we'll make Watson advance through because the poacher is not working. Maybe that'll help. Press them a little bit higher, and other than that, we won't change nothing yet. Last push for promotion is on. It's incredible. But we need to win this, otherwise we're out. Otherwise we're 4 points behind with 1 game to go. So you can't make 2 full points in 1 game. First highlight falls with them in an advanced position down the left. Let's win it back. Come on. Yes, Wood gets there. Is Wilson gonna get there? No, it's gonna be theirs for now. Not for much longer, right? Oh no, air went down the left. Good save by Egan. My god. That was dangerous. Look at that. It got them like 0.8 XG or something. Tom will go 2 goals up. Come on, the opportunity's there. We're not there. What do we do? Gonna go gung ho. Caden was not doing well out there, and we will send out double strike force. No one's doing too well out there, to be fair. You can get further forward. Send Brandley Yip down that left-hand side so he can run at his man a bit. That's all I have for now. Let's go a bit wider, maybe that helps us, I don't really know. Go for whipped and early crosses. Counter press them. Don't really know what I'm doing. This is what my entire management is about, isn't it? My entire career in managing. Young over the top for Yip. Come on. Takes down. Finds Watts. Watts. Yes, let's go. Let's go. Woo! We won it up. Just like that. Couple of changes and bang. Young over the top to substitute Yip. Finds Watts. Oh, left-footed volley, top corner, so nicely done. Okay, we'll keep going like this for a second. Oh, I'm gonna go a bit more conservative in just a moment. Just want to see how this plays out. Look at that! Look at that! We're into third, 2 points behind. My God, what's happening? Okay. This is good. I want to retreat a little bit. Pull Barry back. I'll keep Yip going forward. It was not had a bad game out there, but we'll still bring on Craig Briars. We'll do it in a second though. First I need to change something. We'll lower the tempo, we'll go for a bit of time wasting. For the pace down and regroup again. Well, we'll go for a lot of time wasting actually. And a lot lower tempo. Okay, and now that the time wasting is turned on, I'm going to make the changes so that they take their sweet time. So Elliot Woodolph, Craig Briars on. And then Young's not doing too well out there. I don't want to bring on Worry. I really don't. Oh no, Roscoe could be in. Oh, that didn't look good. So we are lacking the third man in the middle. They're very tightly packed in the middle. Good thing that we went a bit more wider in our approach. I feel like that's helping us. Yip comes inside, finds Watts. What can he do with it? Heron? No! Okay, I'll keep going like this a little bit. I want to make changes. We need to be more solid. We need to shore up. And for that, we need to take off the striker. Now we're gonna go full counter attack. We'll keep Watts out there. Okay, so we will drop him into DM role and play William Worry there, defensive midfielder on defend. Wilson will play as the advanced playmaker. We'll bring on Ben Mitchell for Ferguson. Stop preventing the short goalkeeper distribution. Stop pressing them as high. Distribution will go for long kicks. Don't really care where. Just get rid. This might be a bit too negative. We'll see. Rory is back on. We never thought we'd see the day. I claimed his career to be over after he got that red card and the big injury in the cup final. Hopefully our Ginger Beauty proves my decision correct to bring him back in despite that. He intercepts the ball here. Wonderful stuff. He needs to get the counter. No. We win it back again. Wardlow over the top to Watts. Shot blocked. Nicole catches. Goes for the long one. No, McConnell can run into defense here. McCarver hits just right. Let's go. Balanced. Please, boys, please. So close. Cautious. No, another highlight. 1.5 minutes to go. Yip. Shoots. Blocked. Please, please, that was the highlight, right? That was all we needed to see from that. By the way, it's good to extend it because it looks like next match is going to matter. You know, now that I said, why did I say that? Why did I say that? Yes! Come on, McAllister! You're beauty! Oh my god! Oh, he'll dream of that one tonight. He will dream of that one tonight. Takes a wonderful touch to get clear of. Who is that? Who is that defender? No idea. Probably Mitchell. Wonderful touch to get clear of him. All the time in the world. He just lashes it wide. Whoo! Come on, McAllister! Let's go. Not anything stupid. Hegan, just punt it long. I was Volker tracking back. We didn't get that in time. Oh no, we're over extra time. It would be so us this season if we. Yes! Let's go! Woo! We're still in it! As long as the results in the other ground stay the same. I hope I didn't overlook something going on there. We are still in it. I'll tell you what, I think it's always good to get a result even when not playing as well as we know we can, because we weren't super convincing out there. We got the job done with an inspired substitution by Bradley Yip and tactic change. Which got us in, and there we go. The other results stayed as they were. Queens did get that draw against Limavady, which keeps them leveled on points with us, but we need to win next match anyways, and they're not going to win by more than a 3-goal margin if we want to overtake Armour. And should they, as the match in the World Cup goes to extra time, just got the confirmation, which means we are going to play that final league stage game right here, right now. As Watts, despite not starting very well in this match, he's earned himself another start next week because he did end up coming through and scoring that goal. Post-match press conference, no thank you. As Crew look to make a late push out of the relegation zone. They still have a game in hand on some teams around. Need to win both the last 2 matches, but we know nothing's impossible in football. We're seeing it happen right here, right now. We were 11 points behind with 4 matches to go. Since then, we've won our last 3. Armour have lost their last 3, and we are in with a chance. Let me check something real quick in the table. We want to see the goals for stages. So, because if we win by a 1 goal margin and Armour get the draw, then we will have the same goal difference, plus 15. And in terms of the goals for, they have scored 10 more goals than us. So, either they lose or we win by 2 goals. Lest we forget, we have Limavady next. Top of the table. We are at home against them. This is gonna be one hell of a tough ask. I will give a day's rest to all the players who started that match. Training rest 1 day. And then there's nothing to do other than to progress through to that Limavady match. Comes down to the last day. It does, and we would have never expected that. Oh, McAllister could have put the dagger in our hearts, but he missed so poorly there. As I forgot to do this. I wanted to do this before we get into the promotion league stage. I'll have a look at the XG table, but let's have a look now. Yeah, we should look at that. We should be top of it, and by quite some distance, to be fair, actually. Even though we got lucky in a couple of our last results, but we should we're underperforming our XG by just under 1 point. But the big deal is more. And look at Balimakash, poor guys. Although a bit favoured by the fact that they are now playing against the worst teams in the league. But Limavady are overperforming theirs by 11 points, and Armour are overperforming theirs by 6 points. But maybe at the end of the day, it'll all balance itself out. We'll be able to get into that promotion playoff, and maybe, just maybe, we'll be able to beat. But they still have another match to play, right? Don't understand. Yeah, either Newington or Institute. Might be a rematch of last season's promotion playoff against Newington. Should it come to that, but a lot of things need to happen for that to happen. Still, let's not get ahead of ourselves. They're coming out with their 4-3-3. What's our previous meetings been like? I mean, considering their good season and kind of been that good, so we lost to them once this season and won once. Each team won their home match, and same went last season for their home match, and then 3 draws. Oh no, that was the cup final. Of course, time to take revenge. What was our last match like though? Was it a win for them? Okay. Oh, my heart is pounding. This is stressful. We're gonna have to go pee in a second as well. Thought I would be ending the stream here, but no. Can't tell me that this is more entertaining than a 0-0 draw in the World Cup. Edge of your seat stuff here. Fraser Grady, our head physio science video. Not the best news for physiotherapy, but that's okay. Now you never know what happens with Lumbard. They have a home tie against Dollingston. The problem is, of course, that Dollingston are now also on low, low spirits because they're sitting bottom of that top half table, and I have lost the last 2 matches, I think. So it's like 2 out of form teams playing against each other. Amar with the home advantage, so that could be bad news for us, but we'll see. As my girlfriend asked me on advice for boots, I need to check that. I don't know what you guys think. Sure, have a look. Can we get this on here? So if the brown one and the black one, I think it's brown one. Black one looks a bit like, those boots you wear when it's raining outside and you don't want to get wet. The brown ones look nice, all right? Let's go for the brown ones. So important things that you have to do sometimes, Like some things are more important than streaming. As Wayne Davlin of our B team coaching staff goes for a coaching license. He's a very good coach. What's he doing in our B team? Good stuff. William Bella, head of youth development, signs a new deal. This is the most disappointing business our head of youth, our director of football has done so far. Not that he's a terrible head of youth development, just the fact that we're paying him €240 a week to be our head of youth development when we're not having youth development. We don't have a youth system at the club. So, yeah, Daniel McMurray remains our chief scout. But no idea what's going on there. There's Knock Breda win that match. All crew have that match to catch up with the rest of the teams in terms of matches played against Moyola Park. So if they win, they would be within 1 point of them for the final day of the season. Let's see, when is it? It's tomorrow. Everyone gets renewal, of course. Like in terms of what the club expected, it's a good season. Oh, board now finally giving me a B, finally better than that C minus, B minus, C plus stuff they was giving me. Supporters still just on a C plus. Hopefully we can turn them around by winning this match. Let's go into the training real quick, and we'll check how the players are developing. Now my girlfriend sends me a voice message. Sean McGill is not developing well enough. We want to see more. Craig Bryce at least puts in good performances, good stuff. As does Elliot Wood. Shown early signs that he may be on decline as a football the last 2 months. Yeah, I'd argue he's shown pretty clear signs of that all throughout the season. But good that we have you, McDowell, to give us those quality assessments. Lavolka could improve a bit more well-roundedly and not just in concentration and drop and everything else. Although I do like him improving concentration. Mitchell is not improving at all. Ooh, I'm hungry. Want to be cooking by now. Tarkington has declined slightly still. 27, it's terrible. We're looking to get rid of him next season and looking to get someone else in for that spot. Johanna is not improving in terms of his position. I think I criticized that last month as well. He really needs to buck his ideas up. Tony Tumulty training well despite his impending retirement. It's going to be sad to see all these players leave. Chris Watts still needs to learn to knock the ball past the punter. I don't think at his age now he'll learn that anymore, but we will keep on trying. Let's see what the dynamics say. Wide range of ages amongst those players is probably going to be gone next season. So the mood around the club is pretty good. People started to support me more and more. Ferguson, Wilson, I haven't convinced yet. Ferguson is Matt, they'll be leaving soon. Wilson will be our captain next season. I would very much like to turn around eventually. But here, everyone except for Wardlaw and the influential players approves of me as well. That's very good to see. Everyone seems pretty happy. Good. Let's get progressing on through to that Limavady match. So we've got that Limavady match, then we've got a 10-day break to Ballimaccash, and then somewhere around here we're gonna maybe, just maybe, have promotion playoffs. Let's not get too carried away. We need to win this match first and hope that Armour fail to win theirs. Then we need a bit of a goal difference swing as well. Still very, very unlikely. So Wayne Devlin, our coach, also gets a renewal. He's okay. He's also reserves coach. Contract of Peter McCrowden ends. Has not been renewed yet. See if that comes. I would hope so. He's done a lot better than his attributes would suggest. Livadia on the beach, it's a real opportunity to win and hope Armour slip up. Yeah, they have secured the title before the last match, and I got a couple of 0-0 draws at home, so you could definitely argue that they're not ready for it. In our previous, what is it, 3 fixtures? 2 fixtures, it was always the home team which managed to get the win. So that's, I'm pretty confident for our match. I think with the run we've been on, the confidence we're throwing for the team, everyone being back fit, following a very congested fixture schedule, except for obviously Cochrane who's out injured. I'm confident for our match. I can't really imagine Armour slipping up again. 3 games in a row they've lost, and now at home against a very much badly performing team too. I don't know, maybe they'll crumble. Or we saw McAllister crumble at the end of the last game. But I don't know if it's going to be enough. There you go. We won 4 of our last 5 drawn the other. They still won 3 of their last 5. So of course going to play at home at New Forge Lane, our stadium this season. The season to remember would be in our first stadium if we could. There's also potential that we end this season exactly as last season. 2nd in the table, losing the cup final, losing the promotion playoff. That'd be so painful. As Corin Brandt, the reserves manager, gets another deal as well. Pre-match press conference about to begin. We have to go to this one. obviously, negative atmosphere. Andrew Law has been, the manager, has been trying to cool the war of words between the two of you. Became embroiled in after last encounter between your two sides. Is there a part of you that considers this a grudge match despite that? No, not really. Not at all. Andrew has been very magnanimous. I don't know what that means. Are you out for revenge against Limavady United here? Yes. Yes, I am. I think a few of the players are definitely using what happened last time as fuel for their fires. Yes, Andrew Law is winning a lot of plaudits for what many perceive to be his overachievement with Limavady this season. Given the squad he has available to him, do you agree that he has got them performing above the level? I mean, the XG table shows that, so there's a bit of fortune involved in it. And I'll say that Andrew's doing an incredible job. Are you perhaps being a little patronizing towards Limavady United? I've never intended to patronize anyone. P.S.N.I are just one win away from booking a spot in the players. Are you confident of getting the result and then going on to make it count? We've put ourselves in the best possible position already, yeah. So I have faith that the players will now see it too. No, the main concern is to ensure that the players treat the match like any other. Yes, because we can't control our fate anyways. We just need to make sure we win this one. What impact do you think that good performance in your last match will have on these fixtures? The longer we can continue to play well, the better. How much of this good run of form has been due to positive atmosphere around the club? A happy squad is a winning squad and vice versa. How concerned are you about suffering a defeat that hurts morale? I think we're strong enough to withstand bad moments. One defeat won't bring us down. Yeah, easily. Are your intentions to attack from the off in this match? No. Well, we'll certainly be hoping to wrestle the upper hand earlier. Okay, we'll say that then. How important have Alex Pomeroy's performances been to Limavady United this season? He's been such a menace. He's been crucial. Hopefully we can keep quiet. What's the latest on Aaron Cochrane's injury? What are we saying? 7 days and 2 weeks. There's a chance he could be back. I'd like to think we have him back in the relatively near future, but not for tomorrow's match. Tony Thompson has, of course, announced his decision to retire at the end of the season. Do you think it's the right decision? I think it probably is, yes. How important is it that players like Kane and Wood are ultra consistent from one to another? I can think of nothing more important than consistency. How important is play of Elliot Wood's physical traits to what you do as a P.S.N.I manager? I love having that sort of player in my squad. Matthew Hatton has a number of standout attributes, and many people feel they could make the difference against Limavady. Do you share those sentiments? Everyone has exceptional qualities because he's not necessarily going to start. Saturday's match will see you coming up against the Limavady side, who have been gaining lots of plaudits for the quick passing game. What do you think of the style of football Andrew Law has got them playing? A big fan of Andrew. Are you concerned that the scale of the task when you come up against Andrew Law's Limavady United? And let's not forget who we are too. I fancy our chances. Continue summary as our relationship with Neil Stewart continues to deteriorate, but I have given up on turning around. I've not actually. Next season, I'm gonna be calling up his ass again because I just want to be friends with him. But not for now. Not for now. For now, I'm absolutely happy to live with things as they are. The training week in review only shows us good performance, which is fantastic. One thing I would say, by the way, if we fail to create any notable highlights of corners again, then I will go back to changing corner routines for that cup final and potential playoff games, because apparently it's not working, and there's no point hanging on to something if it's clearly not going to bring us any success. If you want to do a squad plan update on Monday, I really don't have the capacities in my head for that. Like it's not the time, especially in case we don't know if we're going to be promoted or not. I really hope that William Worry is gonna like realize that we have the cup final a couple of days later and not retire on the 11th of May. It'd be so frustrating. I'd love to have him out there to maybe lift that trophy at the end of it if we are comfortable and we can bring him on off the bench. Okay. I don't know why I'm clicking around this. It's just me being nervous. As by the way, Crew failed to beat Moyola Park midweek, so Crew are confirmed to be relegated. So that is back-to-back relegations for them, isn't it? No, they've just got promoted also. Okay, promoted, and now they're going back down. So yo-yoing. So that like basically in the bottom of the table, doesn't matter what happens. Like Moyola Park, Bandage, and Portsmouth sit on equal points, so anyone could finish 9th to 11th between those, but that doesn't really matter. In our part, Limavady have long since confirmed the title. Armour and us are facing off. The winner of which would get promoted should there be a draw and Queens be able to get a fantastic performance against Tullamore, or us winning and Queens get that performance in. There's still a mathematical chance they could do it, but it's very unlikely because they need to upset a goal difference win by at least 4 goals. So they need to win by at least 4 goals to get that done. And yeah, Tullamore and Donington could still change places, but it doesn't really matter. The main focus for us is winning our game and Armour. No, I said it as if we were facing Armour, we're not. But yeah, the main focus for us is our game and hoping Armour slip up. Now, if they draw, then we will need to win by 2 goals. If they lose, then 1 goal will be enough. They said we should go positive. I'm tempted to do that. We're at home. The Mavadi on the beach. I think we will do that. Sign up with match fitness. I'm not going to do any of that. Okay, let's save the game here, just in case anything goes wrong with the save file. Most players are on a heavy match load, but they should be fairly well rested after a week's time. Okay, so Hegan, Wood, Lavorka, Ferguson, Wardlaw, yes. Wilson and Young just by circumstance, yes. Berry, Ward, Burns and Watts. Yes, this is gonna be our starting team out there. Incredible that Matthew Herron has still not consistently forced his way into the starting lineup, but it is what it is. On the bench we will have John and McGill. We will have Jack Graham, very controversial, but we'll have Jack Graham. We'll have Craig Bryars, William Worry, Jack Owens, Bradley Yip, and Matthew Herron. We will go positive to start this game with. I'm tempted to not go to provincial corporate distribution because they could beat us over the top with Alex Pomeroy running onto things, but we'll go for it. Blackstock and 5 others. I'm not comfortable with the team's mentality being positive, which is Bradley Yip, McGill and Hannah, Yip and McGill on the bench, but no one in the starting lineup, so that should be fine. Let's get into this. I'll just tell the boys we want revenge on them. What happened in the cup final last season. We tell Wardlaw to have faith. Everyone else is already inspired. Here we go. What a run it's been. If only we would have got that winner against Tullamore, then we would now be on level points and level goal difference with Armour, and we would be behind them on goals scored. Actual fact. What a last day of the season would be going into then, but still, we're in with a fighting chance. It's been a fantastic last few games of the weeks of the season. Let's just go that final yard, please. It'd be such a big comeback. 11 points behind with 4 games to go. It's exactly what we couldn't achieve with Vänersborgs in Sweden, but that was in a relegation push, so it was expected that the teams above us could drop that many points. But here against Arma, against top second in the league, it'd be absolutely incredible. As we didn't start well yet. Looking the better team out there. Can we take away from the early information? Equal possession. They've created 2 chances. As I've just remembered something. So wait, tactics. Yeah. Okay, Thomas Burns is 1 yellow card away from suspension. So we will act upon that and tell him to ease off tackles because we don't want him to miss out on the cup final. The problem is though he has competitive streak, so he might get a yellow card anyways. Can confirm those changes. Is there anything else we can take away from this so far? Positive has not necessarily worked out for us, but it hasn't been bad for us either. No, let's not overanalyze things. Let's keep it calm. First highlight falls, we're throwing for them in a deep position on the right hand side. Not really pressing them, but that's not what we're asking the players to do. Where's Pomeroy? Pomeroy's on the bench. Oh, this is huge news for us. Their star striker is not out on the pitch today, which relaxes me a whole bunch. Wardlow, a bit clumsy to tackle that ball off, but it wins it back. That's not necessarily the ball we want to see from Ferguson, and it falls straight back to them. Brennan in down the right. Do something, Wood. Brennan cuts inside. The Walker, what an anticipatory block. It's a diving header. As Barry wins that one back. We don't really seem to be able to do anything with it. That was a good block by the Walker. No corner to them. I was about to encourage the boys. I still will, regardless of if you concede here or not. It's not cleared yet. It is now. Chris Watts. What can he do with it? On his own here. Run inside is on. Caden Ward. Got a lot to do here. He can find Burns down the left. Took a bit too much pace out of that attack, but maybe it's still something we can make of it. Doesn't look like it. It's back with them. Brown down the right. Oh, Quinn. Wilson gets it back. Barry has it. Over the top of Watts in. Come on, Chris. Yes! Wait, let me I need to cancel because otherwise the shout is gonna go through. And I don't want to coach you guys with one up. Come on! Chris Watts! Chrissy Watts! Barry, this is the run that he hadn't even made yet, and Watts runs onto it. Couple of touches, and stays super composed. Let's go! Woo! Okay, as things stand, level on points, level on goal difference, behind on goals scored. So the job isn't done yet. This is a good start. Come on, boys. There you can see it. They scored like 10 goals more than us. So even if you get like a 3-3 draw, 3-2 win here, it wouldn't make a difference. We need to win by 2 or them to lose. Another highlight for us here. We haven't had another shot other than that Watts opportunity, but it might fall here. What's... Oof. It was offside anyways. I'm not sure if it was attempting to take that down or to like chest that into the back of the net. Goalkeeper was running out for it. Could have worked out. Again, Watts over the top. Come on, do it, do it. Yes, yes, Christopher Watts. It's 2-0. Oh, sorry that microphone doesn't come through too well, especially if you're wearing headphones. But oh, Connor Young, unlikely hero, finds Watts over the top once more, and he smashes it past the goalkeeper into the bottom right-hand corner again. And as things stand, we will be going to promotion playoff. Slow that pace down again. Other than that, keep everything as is. Ball over the top, Caden Ward this time. Can he do it too? He does! It's 3-0! It's too easy! They're on the beach! It's as Hassan said in the chat. They're absolutely napping on the beach. Those two defenders always opening up a huge gap between them. Like Moses passing the sea and Caden Ward stays calm on his left foot. Goalkeeper moves terribly. Confirm tactical changes. Yes, please. 3 shots, 3 goals. Absolute FMing, to be fair. But we will take it. It was good opportunity as well, to be fair. We could be on the counter here again. Watts has it. Shakes it around his man. He's going to need support. Finds Berry. Slots it through to Ward. Come on. Ward shoots, it's blocked. Okay. There you go. Our 100% ratio of shots leading to goals. It's not going to work out. But, that one was a good opportunity for Watts as well. But we're looking lively. And if we can keep things as they are, Armour are going to have to win if they want to keep that promotion playoff spot. Otherwise, it's going to be ours. Come on, Dollingston. Oh my God. I hate to repeat myself, but 11 points with 4 games to go. Yeah, it's there. It's there for the take. There's 1-1. We didn't get any goal updates. Armour went ahead in the 5th minute to Lavery, but Monaghan equalised to Donington. Whew. And Queen's University are losing to Tobermoor. So by the looks of things, we'll definitely finish ahead of Queen's University. And when you think back to the beginning of the season, there was like minimum aim I put out there. We want to be fighting for promotion this season, but we want to definitely finish ahead of Queen's. Didn't look like we could. It's looking like we're going to do so comfortably now after they are going to have their like 3rd or 4th defeat in a row or something like that. Oh my God, this has been an incredible first half. It looked terrible. It looked like they totally had us under control. But we remained calm, taken our chances. Oh wait, those are our stats. You know what we're going to do now? Which this might seem crazy because you should never change your winning formula. We're going to go to our kind of possession tactic. Get them frustrated. Don't get them. Let them get on the ball. And hopefully that works out well for us. Go for a bit of time wasting already because. Why not? With 3 goals up, we just need 2 of them. Because even if we score like 15, so long as Armour win, we don't have a chance of taking them. So long as they draw a 2-goal lead is enough. Let's get into the second half. That's all. No, one thing I'll change about the tactic though is we'll still be looking for balls in behind, of course, because they have worked out so well for us. Wasn't space. Oh my God. Oh, please, Dollingston, hold on. Please hang on to it. Let's go for latest scores here. The only thing we need to watch out for is that Armour Dollingston match, just to make sure that this comes through. So long as Armour fail to win, we are in that 2nd spot, unless obviously we give up our lead. That's first time of the second half. We're going to back high up the pitch. Burns is in. I thought he hit it top corner, but actually hit it over the stands. Okay. Jack Berry, hampered by injury, potential knee injury. Should be comfortable in this match, so I will not hesitate in taking him off. Bring on Bradley Yip. More time wasting. We don't need to do anything. We just need to make sure we win this match. We can't control. Our fate is out of our own hands. Pomeroy is on though. That's scary. Okay, and Ward picks up a yellow. Actually, should I take off Barnes? I want to take off Barnes. I really, really want to take off Barnes. I don't have Yip on the bench. Why did I not bring him? Not Yip. Riddle. I don't have Yip on the bench anymore either. Right. No. Keep Barnes on there. Keep Barnes on there. Because if Barnes gets the yellow card, he's suspended for the cup match, which we don't want to happen. I will keep our other substitutions for a bit later in the game. Is this a real highlight, or is this just because we were just making substitutions? Looks like the real highlight for them. Barnes tracking back well. Coulter down the left. Swings it in. Waters takes it down. Hegan holds on to it. Well saved. So we need to put the instruction back on Barnes though, because obviously with the tactic change it has gone. Okay. Kalen Ward will come off. He's very tired out and on a yellow. Elliot Wood can come off. Craig Bryars can come on for him. Can the playmaker? And those changes. Let's keep it up, boys. Shit. Lavery scored. Lavery scored. It's 2-1 to Armour. He confirmed in the league table that sees them overtake us. Did not spot that before. Come on, Dollingston. Come on. As they are looking to grow into the game a little bit. Connell Young has picked up a yellow, so he will come off. William Worry will come on for him. Sounds pulled. Defense midfielder on defend. DLP. We'll also bring on Jack Graham just because we don't want Lavolka to get injured. Stop counter pressing, stop pressing them so high, stop preventing the short goalkeeper distribution. Come on, Dollingston, please! Please score! Corner to us, Johnny Wilson to take. Graham under it, yep! Worry scores! William Worry scores! Club captain! William Worry! I said he wouldn't play competitive football again. And here he is back in the first team. About to retire in 7 days' time. And we haven't given enough notion to the players who are about to retire after this match day. I completely forgot about that because I was so focused. Obviously on the pitch now, Ferguson and Worry. Oh, Ferguson's not going to be... No, because they're not going to... It's just Worry who's retiring for the cup final for some weird reason. And what a send-off this will be. William Worry, but please don't let all of our efforts be in vain. Come on, Dollingston, please! Not gonna happen. So close. So close. We're not gonna make it 5, are we? No, it's the final whistle. And yeah. Match in Armour will have finished 2 by now. And it's heartbreaking. Which good winners you're likely to see, yeah, say that. They've absolutely delivered when it could have mattered. Didn't end up mattering. But William Worry, what a sender from professional football. What a guy. And there it is. Confirmed on the table. We finished third, 2 points behind Armour. But very unfortunate. What a final day performance, 4-0 against the winners of the league. Again, should see us be confident for next season, and where we're going to be back with a vengeance. But we were destined for more, I feel like. And that run towards the end should have really done it, but it just wasn't to be. I just about had enough to get over the line against Dollingston. Was that much like? Let's see. Yeah, well, deserved victors out there as well as McAllister. Got the assist. Got a 6.7 though. Don't tell me he missed a huge opportunity again. I can't see it. Kind of not like player statistics. McAllister shooting 2. Okay, we can't see his XG. Forget about it. That's just football. XG table. You know, we were supposed to win it. Armour was supposed to finish like 6 points behind us, overperforming their XG. We're basically on par with our XG. We're the only team that's around there. But on par was not good enough because other teams outperformed theirs massively. We wish Armour the best of luck in the promotion playoff. They've never done anything to, for us to begrudge them. Was it a little bit because they took that spot from us, but Jack Berry injured. Shit. They're gonna move out Jack Berry for the cup final. I think we'll leave it there. I don't know if the match was finished. I think it's about to, but regardless of that, I need to cook and have dinner for the next time. Extreme Gaming says I switched to YouTube. Twitch was lagging a little. Donningston needs to equalize. Such a shame. Extreme Gaming is Hassan. Yeah, okay. That's thank you for telling me of the lagging. So I didn't see the chat earlier. Yeah, no, too bad. It didn't work out in the end. It's about to go to penalties in the World Cup match. Well, still, I need to cook and have some dinner before we come back for the second stream of tonight. So thank you very much for tuning in. Just a quick reminder: this is our fundraiser. I'm gonna donate again after the last stream tonight. And for now, that will be all from me. Well, that's him out of the final, Jack Berry. Yeah, that clearly is him out of the final. Thank you very much for tuning in for now. Hopefully, I shall see you later. For the moment, enjoy the penalty shootout, I guess. And yeah, I shall see you in like 1.5 hours.